might the human world change following their journey beyond the last door? The journey beyond the last door is more than just a physical passage. It symbolizes the crossing of thresholds that separate one state of existence from another. The characters, Cain, Leora, Jalen, and Tova, embark on an odyssey that transcends the material world, and their experiences hold profound implications for humanity. Upon their return from this otherworldly journey, the human world would undoubtedly face profound transformations. These changes would be shaped by their newfound wisdom, awareness, and understanding of the cosmic truths they encountered beyond the last door. 1. A new perspective on reality, awakening to the multidimensional self. The journey beyond the last door has likely opened Cain, Leora, Jalen, and Tova to the vastness of existence, an existence that encompasses not just the physical world, but the intricate interplay of energy, consciousness, and the unseen forces of the cosmos. Upon their return, they would bring with them a radically expanded worldview, one that is less confined by the limitations of time, space, and physical matter. Humanity, exposed to these new truths, would be forced to reconsider its place in the universe. The material world, which has long been the focus of human attention, would be recognized as just one layer of a much greater cosmic web. People would begin to understand that reality is not simply what can be seen or touched, but a multidimensional experience, constantly shaped by thoughts, emotions, and the interconnectedness of all beings. As a result, science, philosophy, and spirituality would no longer be siloed but would merge into a new holistic worldview. Human consciousness would experience a profound shift, with individuals becoming more attuned to the subtleties of existence. There would be a growing recognition that the boundaries between the self and the other are fluid, that what we think and feel influences the world around us in profound ways. 2. The rise of empathy and collective consciousness. Leora's deep emotional intelligence, Jalen's ability to analyze complex patterns, and Tova's capacity for integrating both realms of existence would act as powerful catalysts for a global shift towards greater empathy and interconnectedness. Humanity's journey beyond the last door would encourage people to see beyond individual desires and egos, fostering a collective consciousness that prioritizes the well-being of the whole rather than the individual. With increased awareness of the energy that binds all living things, people would begin to recognize that their actions ripple through the fabric of existence. This realization would lead to a more compassionate and responsible world, where decisions are made with the understanding that every action affects the collective. Environmental concerns, social justice, and economic systems would shift towards sustainability, equity, and long-term harmony, as humans seek to honor the interconnected web of life. In relationships, personal connections would deepen, and the act of understanding another person's emotions, thoughts, and experiences would become central to human interactions. The ability to empathize with others' struggles, joys, and aspirations would no longer be a rare gift but a natural part of human development. 3. A revolution in knowledge, unifying science, philosophy, and spirituality. The journey beyond the last door would undoubtedly lead to an evolution in human understanding, bridging gaps between the sciences, philosophy, and spirituality. As the four travelers bring back insights into the nature of reality, time, and consciousness, a new era of intellectual and spiritual fusion would emerge. The rigid separation between religion, science, and philosophy would give way to a more integrated and fluid approach to knowledge. Humans would no longer view the pursuit of truth as a fragmented quest but as a unified journey to understand the cosmos in all its complexity. The understanding of quantum mechanics might blend with spiritual teachings on interconnectedness, while ancient philosophies about the nature of consciousness could find support in cutting-edge neurological and psychological research. In practical terms, this might lead to the creation of new fields of study, ones that explore the nature of energy, consciousness, and the fabric of reality from a multidisciplinary standpoint. People would come to understand that the mysteries of the universe cannot be solved by any single approach but require a synthesis of knowledge, drawing from every discipline to understand the whole. 4. The abandonment of materialism, a shift toward inner fulfillment. One of the most profound changes to human society would be the diminishing importance of material wealth and external validation. The journey beyond the last door would provide humanity with a deeper understanding of the ephemeral nature of material reality. Cain, Leora, Jalen, and Tova would return with an awareness that possessions, status, and external achievements are ultimately transient and do not define one's true self. Instead, the pursuit of inner fulfillment would become central to human life. People would begin to turn inward, seeking peace, purpose, and joy from within rather than relying on external sources of validation. The idea of success would shift from accumulating wealth or power to achieving spiritual and emotional growth, fostering personal well-being, and contributing to the collective good. This shift would have far-reaching consequences for global economies, social structures, and individual aspirations. Material pursuits, while not entirely abandoned, would take a backseat to spiritual and emotional fulfillment. Economic systems might evolve to prioritize the well-being of individuals and communities over profits, and a more conscious approach to consumerism would emerge, focused on sustainability and intentional living. 5. The rise of cosmic awareness and unity. The return from beyond the last door would also foster a greater awareness of humanity's place in the cosmos. With knowledge of the vast interconnectedness of all things, humans would no longer view themselves as isolated beings but as integral parts of a greater universal system. The realization that each individual is a reflection of the whole would inspire a sense of unity among all people. This cosmic awareness would lead to a greater sense of peace, as the divisions that have historically fueled conflict, based on national boundaries, race, or religion, would begin to dissolve. Understanding that all humans, regardless of their differences, share a common origin and purpose would foster greater cooperation and collaboration on a global scale. Humanity might even look outward, inspired by this cosmic perspective, to explore other realms of existence and extend the same sense of unity and interconnectedness to life beyond Earth. The desire to expand into the cosmos would no longer be driven by conquest or exploitation but by a genuine quest for knowledge and connection with other intelligent beings. 6. The cultivation of a new kind of leadership. As a result of their journey, the travelers would embody new forms of leadership, ones grounded not in power or domination, but in wisdom, compassion, and the ability to guide others toward higher states of awareness. The human world would see a rise in leaders who focus on unity, collective well-being, and long-term vision. These leaders would be deeply attuned to the needs of both the people they serve and the planet they inhabit. Leadership would become a collaborative effort, with an emphasis on listening, guiding, and helping others to recognize their own potential. Instead of being seen as figures of authority, leaders would be regarded as facilitators of growth and transformation, helping others unlock their own wisdom and understanding. Conclusion: a new era of human consciousness. The journey beyond the last door represents not just a personal transformation for Cain, Leora, Jalen, and Tova, but also a collective awakening for humanity. As they return with insights into the nature of reality, consciousness, and the interconnectedness of all life, the human world would be forever changed. The boundaries of human potential would expand, and humanity would move away from a focus on material gain, ego-driven desires, and separation. Instead, people would embrace their place within the greater cosmic order, recognizing the unity of all things and the power of collective consciousness. In the end, the world would enter a new era, one of spiritual awakening, intellectual unity, and a deep understanding of the profound mysteries of existence. It would be an era in which humanity, guided by the wisdom of Cain, Leora, Jalen, and Tova, steps into a future where compassion, connection, and cosmic awareness form the foundation of all human endeavors.